Welcome to the official post-event press conference for BKFC 76. An incredible night here in Fort Worth, the Dickies Arena, an incredible crowd, and really, really special fights. I think it's fair to say that we probably have another new home away from home here in Texas. I expect a lot of good stuff here, and I'm sure we'll get some confirmation. We're going to hear from a lot of the winners here tonight. A lot of folks are going to be up here on this dais, a lot of questions and a lot of media in the house, and we're grateful for that. But to get things started here, let's bring up the man, the myth, the legend, the president and CEO, David Feldman.
Thanks, Cyrus. Thank you, guys. Tonight I went into the dressing room prior to the fight. I did a fighter meeting. I think this one was just hit a little different because I've been trying to come into Texas since we started this thing, and we were told no a bunch of times for the state of Texas for a bunch of different reasons. And I think tonight we showed them why they missed out all these years, and they should have brought us a little sooner. But I think that it's going to be a great relationship with us in Texas. I told the guys, I said, go fight your ass off. I say that every night. Every time we do a show, I go in the dressing room. I said, guys, what do I want you to do? They say, fight your ass off. I hit a little different tonight because I had to prove something. We had to prove something. The fighters had to prove something to Texas Commission, to the fans of Texas, that we belong here in the biggest state in the union, right? And we did it, and these guys fought their asses off. So I told everybody, you know, there was 24 fighters tonight. I gave out 18 fight your ass off bonuses. 18 fight your ass off bonuses. No other promotion in the world does that. 18 guys are leaving with extra money tonight. So I'm very, very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fighters that they did what they had to do. We got a guy up here. Hold on. Who's this? Sorry. Thought it was the wife. That's the only one I'm going to stop for. Anyway, Cameron Delano, PBR bull rider, you know, took a shot, came out here, got dropped, got up, and fought his ass off. He fought his ass off, and he won. And he's going to walk away with a bonus as well. But a lot of these guys did. Fighter tonight. I mean, I was totally sold on Fighter tonight with Darren Whitney and Rodney Hitton. Like, that was Fighter tonight, all the way up until the main event. So then that became Fighter tonight. So instead of that, I'm just going to give two Fighter tonights tonight. So two Fighter tonights tonight. We had a lot of great performances. I'm not going to name every single person that I'm giving a fight your ass off bonus to, but that's a thing that we talked about for a long time. But I'm actually going to name it the fight your ass off bonus now, because if they fight their ass off, they deserve to get bonus, and they really do, because they're growing this sport for us. We fell a little short of capacity tonight. The capacity was 10,000. We were a little under that, I think around 9,400 people tonight, which is a great debut for us in Texas, and I'm very, very happy about that. We're gonna come back here. I think Texas is big enough. Like, I consider it like 4 states, 3 states maybe. Like, there's 3 different parts of Texas that we can go to, so we can come here very often, and we plan on doing that. The crowd loved it. Like I said, the fighters fought great. The commission was great, and we're very, very happy with our debut event in Texas. Any questions, guys?
Romero with Story of the Fight podcast. Just wondering, we already talked about how electric the crowd was, how much you love Texas. How do you top it with the next event when you come back to Fort Worth or Dallas or wherever you go?
I mean, you know, we've been topping it event after event. It's just what we have to do, because right when you say, man, that's the best event I've ever seen, we did Knuckle Mania in Philly, and everybody left that arena. They said, that's not the best fight I've ever seen. That's not the best sporting event. That's the best event I've ever seen. And we top it. We topped it again. We topped it again. We're just gonna, you know, we just work hard. We got a very, very diligent team here. A team, you know, we're a family. I mean, we really have each other's back for the most part, and we want to see this thing succeed. So we just work harder and harder every time, because we have to get to the goal, and the goal is to be the biggest and baddest combat sport on planet Earth.
Hi, Savannah with Face to Face Sports. At the press conference, you said that the 155 champion is no longer champion. Are you able to expand on that?
Yeah, so Franco Tenaglia, and I understand why, he couldn't get a visa to get here to the United States. So that's not why he got stripped of the title. But in the interim, he had to make money. He took an MMA fight outside the organization, and doesn't happen with us. If you fight outside the organization, you're going to lose your championship. And I think another champion might have done that in the interim too. And I'm not going to call it out right now, but I have to do a little research, and I think that they're going to lose their title too. We're just not playing games here. Like, people, we have to, if we want to be the biggest and the best, we have to act like we're the biggest and the best, and we have to perform like we're the biggest and the best, and we have to hold, people to the standards, and that's just the way it is.
Dave, Paul Shoiga here. I just want to say congratulations. Absolutely fantastic event. The energy was absolutely electric, and Texas looks like it fits like a glove for BKFC. So well done on that, because to do that in a state that loves sport is just absolutely spectacular. What I want to ask you is that obviously you had the main event change. 7 days notice, Ben Bonner came in. I talked to a lot of big fighters here, talked to a lot of people involved in the fight sport. They never heard of this name before, and after tonight, they're going to know who Ben Bonner is, and now he's got a bonus as well, thanks to yourself. So my question is this: how do you go to somewhere like Millsborough? He told me yesterday Millsborough's a city where, it's a tough city where breeds tough men, but how do you go and find these guys to replace it? Such a last-minute grasp, and then to make that an absolute epic fight?
I think it's just, they know the kind of sport they're getting into, and they understand that they have an opportunity to really explode here, right? Because you put on a fight like that in a boxing event or an MMA event, they're not really going to talk about it. You put it with bare knuckles, the baddest sport there is, and you put on an event like that, the world's talking about Ben Bonner right now. Everybody's talking about Ben Bonner. But let's not take it away from Tony Soto, because he's like Arturo Gatti in my mind. Like, he comes to fight every single time, and he'll keep coming back. And those guys are actually going to get a little bit of an extra bonus tonight because they really threw it down. I mean, he got dropped. Everybody thought the fight was over. He got back up, and he almost scored a knockout on Ben Bonner, and then Ben Bonner came back. I mean, phenomenal fight. Very, very happy with that. And, look, I think maybe if Ben Bonner had 30 days for that fight, maybe it would have ended, or, you never know what would have happened. But I just think I'm very happy with the involvement of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, meaning this. So we had world champions, but they were all from the United States, because we weren't really going all around the world. Now we're going all around the world. So now these world champions are really, truly going to be world champions.
Dave, Kyle Mitch from the Mike and Mitch show here. You just talked about the evolution of this sport. You recognize somebody that was here at the beginning with you, Leonard Garcia. You brought him in the ring, and you recognized him as the first ever welterweight champion for you guys. In the process, he called out Diego Sanchez. That is two legends of the combat sports world. Leonard's been out for a while, but he looks like he's in great shape, and they are both true legends of the sport. You think you can make that one happen?
I mean, fun fight. I think it has fun written all over it. I wouldn't probably put either one of those guys in against anybody else except for those guys. So I think that makes sense, and it makes a lot of sense in Albuquerque. And it's something that I think we're going to really think a little harder about this week. But, I wasn't sure that he was going to do that, but he did it. And I'm excited about that because, like I said, they're both a little past their prime. But since they're both a little past their prime, I don't think we're doing them any injustice.
Dave, first and foremost, congratulations on BKFC's 7th anniversary. My question is a little off topic. There's a tweet that's been going viral I've seen between Josh Thompson and Nate Diaz. What's the possibility of that fight coming to fruition?
I mean, I talked to Nate a bunch of times, and obviously Nate Diaz is a warrior, but he gets cut a lot, and that's his fear of bare knuckle, just getting cut too much. But I think a lot of people are calling him out right now in bare knuckle, and I think I'm going to have a conversation with him this week. So we'll see how that one goes. But we have a phenomenal, unbelievable event that we're going to announce this week. It's going to be our biggest event that we've ever done. Where I think it's going to draw massive pay-per-view numbers. It's going to be a massive, massive event for us. It takes us just into another level.
I think a little bit of an underdog fight tonight that we saw was Rodney Hinton versus Darren Whitney. What was your take on that fight?
I mean, unbelievable, man. I was jumping up and down. I don't know, they showed my face, like, jumping up and down like I was like a little kid in a candy store, man. That's the difference. Like, I love this sport, and I love these athletes. I truly do. I mean, look, some of them are assholes because that's just the way it is in the world. Not everybody's great people, right? But these guys risk their fucking lives for us, for the fans, for me, and they're going to be rewarded. And I'm happy as hell to get guys like that came out there, let it all on the line for Texas. for myself, and because of that, they're going to walk home, with extra money. And they both said to me, because they came and they're like, I said, oh, and then we had the other one. No, that one. And they both came to me, and I just went like that, and they were like that, and they're like, I need it so bad, and I said, I'm going to give you a little extra. So I'm not saying I'm saving the world here, but if I tell you I'm going to fight your ass off, I'm going to bonus you, I'm going to bonus you.
Christopher DeSantiago with BloodyElbow.com. Kenzie Morrison had a phenomenal performance tonight. I mean, he already carries a name and he carries those massive skills. I guess what is the ceiling for a guy like Kenzie Morrison?
Well, I had a real special guy sitting next to me during that fight. He's a former Bellator fighter, WWE heavyweight champ, Bobby Lashley, and he looked over at me and he goes, now that's the fight I want. So, I mean, look, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's kind of interesting. And, we'll see what's next for Kenzie. Kenzie is like just one of the nicest guys I've ever met in combat sports, just such a nice guy. The only downside of Kenzie is he needs to talk a little more shit, so I'm gonna get him to do that. But phenomenal guy, can fight, can punch, and look, he's got a future here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your president.
Thanks, guys.
Dave Feldman.